Hi, I'm Lee and this is thegamejar.com's video review of UFC Undisputed 3. It's been 2 years since fight fans last seen a UFC game from the guys and girls at THQ, and they're back and they've packed in as much as they possibly can. Exhibition mode is the quick play for those guys and girls who just want to jump straight into the action and start knocking the crap out of each other. In here you'll be able to pick between the UFC Ultimate Fighting Championships and Pride rule sets. Once you've chosen your weight class and number of rounds, you'll be able to select from one of the game's many different fighters. You can choose from the UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship, Pride, and you can also load up your characters from your career mode if you fancy a bit of quick action or just some couch versus with a friend. Tournament mode's pretty self-explanatory. In here just set your weight class, your difficulty, and you're pretty much good to go. Through onto the next screen you'll be given the option to select any of the fighters for all of the different heats and the base level of the event. Once you've picked all of those, you'll then get to fight the fights, choosing who you want to fight as just before the match begins. Ultimate Fight modes lets you relive and replay landmark fights in UFC history while giving you a set of tasks to complete during the fight.
Quentin is going to want to close the distance here. If you stand in front of the X-Murderer for too long and he catches you, get doink, and then it's a sucker kick for the knockout. I agree with you, boss.
Challenges will vary as you fight and you'll be given a set amount of time to complete each one during the round. Completing these challenges should keep the fight as true to the original as possible, but don't worry if you mess up, you can still win the game, you just won't score anything.
Uh-oh, and another one!
And that punch finds his mark over and over again.
Career mode is where the bulk of the game takes place and gives players the chance to really flex their muscles. Here you can create a fighter from the ground up, making him look how you like and laying the foundations for your chosen path to the title. I won't lie to you, this game when you first start out is tutorial-tastic. They absolutely will not stop, and while they annoyed the hell out of me and I couldn't press skip fast enough, they are needed for both series vets and newcomers.
Josh Rosenthal, our referee. Mike Goldberg, Joe Rogan, set for the start of round number one.
Ready?
Big Dog,
ready?
Cyril Diabate. And here we go.
Play.
Joe, give us your thoughts on Big Dog.
When it comes down to it, the actual fighting of the game is friendly enough to pick up and play with the limb map to each of the face buttons. By default your punches will always go for the head and kicks to the body, but on the pull of the left trigger they both move down a level to punches and low kicks.
You're probably right, Mike. I'll be really surprised if this fight lasted into the later rounds with the way these two guys throw down.
Left bumper is best thought as your power modifier button, making each blow harder but often slower. Pair any of these combinations with factors like your stance and what you're doing with your left and right analog stick, and all of a sudden you've got a lot of moves to master.
He's down! But he got rocked, but man, he snapped back quick.
UFC Undisputed 3 does a good job of easing you into all of those things though, and it's surprising how the game can be pick up and play for one person and a full-on fight simulator for another.
From the USA, Quentin the Rampage Jackson!
Visually the game nails the main fight events. They bring a sense of theatre that you can only get from watching it on the big screen or to some extent being there in the flesh. UFC Undisputed 3 has a real sense of occasion to it, and everything you would expect is present, from the ring girls to the commentators jamming in an advert for some shaving foam during the intro to the fight.
Our tale of the tape is brought to you by the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon, Harley Davidson.
Depending on how important your fight is for the night depends on the kind of experience you'll be treated to. If you're just filling in for the evening or in a lower class, your experience won't seem as grand, but when you enter the Ultimate Fighting Championship and start taking part in those big main events, that's where the game really shines.
Hi again everybody, I'm Mike Goldberg. Welcome once again to the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Regardless of your interest in the sport, there's no denying that UFC Undisputed 3 is a solid fighting game. The character models are spot on, and when coupled with the theatre of the main event, you could at times be forgiven for forgetting you're playing a fighting game. On a rare occasion, the camera angle during one of the close-up intro scenes will take you on the trip down the uncanny valley and break that fourth wall for just a moment, and the loading screen between menus at times are a lot longer than they should be. Fans of the fighting genre and gamers with an open mind will love UFC Undisputed 3 regardless of whether or not they've any interest in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and will be perfectly happy playing this for a whole evening or just a quick round. Which is why we're giving it a very respectable, I know, please don't hit me, 8 out of 10. I've been Lee from thegamejar.com, thanks for coming and good night.
Oh, that one hurt!
It is all over. Man, he's out, Joe. Vicious. Big Dog finishes the fight.